And welcome back, guys, to Bros and
Welcome
Pros.
back.
I would say just in time, but just in time for 26 minutes late.
Hey,
Wolfman is here.
that's 5 minutes early for me. You know what I mean?
5
That's
minutes
about
early.
5 minutes
Crazy.
early.
Okay.
I apologize to everybody in the chat that's been waiting. Everybody I sent the live to. I apologize for my tardiness. I feel like it's a running joke that I'm late every episode.
Pop said he thought we was waiting on the Super Bowl, which at that point I thought we was going to get the Super Bowl first. I thought we was going to get all the games done. We was going to make it to the finals. We was going to be celebrating, a potential Bears win before you even made it here, Isaac. That's what I thought. That was my assumption.
I feel like quality over quantity,
I don't know if that applies here, but we can go with it.
Quality over timeliness.
Fair enough. Just, I guess, a little explanation on why we're doing this on a Tuesday instead of a Sunday. Isaac had to travel. He came over up to Illinois to see myself, Pops, and the rest of the island.
Made it two days and 26 minutes late.
2 days, 2 days and 26 minutes late. Isaac would be, but he's back. He's in West Virginia. We're rocking this. I think we're ready. Exciting stuff coming this year, especially for Bros and Pros.
A lot more from me. I think I also got some more channel ideas. So the more sports related content that y'all want to see, the better. Just leave it in the chat. Text me on Instagram, ILW Wolfman. I got an Instagram now, so everybody follow up. Get my motion up on there. I'm trying to have more motion than Nate and Pops. You know what I'm saying? That's my goal.
You gotta think. I love Pops to death, but he's technologically illiterate, as you called yourself.
And y'all got the swag that I got. I think I'll have motion with the gram.
Okay, motion with the gram. I like to hear it. I do want to say I did tease yesterday that we'd have an intro. I haven't got the intro edited yet. So that is on me. I figured out that I have a whole song.
I have an idea. I have an idea for the cover since we didn't make the video like we planned.
Okay.
So the two people who make the song that we're like remixing.
The original song, yes.
Yeah. You edit our faces over them in their like how they're like standing there like that in the video next to each other?
Yep.
You just edit mine and your faces on there.
And I think with that we do like some I might be able to put together some retro 90s hip hop cover filter on it so it look badass. That's what I'm that's my vision right now.
That's what I'm saying. Just edit our faces on them though. And I think that'd be so funny.
I will I'll mock up some things. I'll send it to you in the next couple of days, and hopefully Sunday we actually have the theme song done. I'm hoping, I'm praying. We'll just editing it's been crazy a couple weeks. So, and we're changing a lot. So just growing pains, we'll call them. That's what we'll call them, growing pains. That's what Isaac's going through right now, growing pains.
Yeah, still
late AF. He look, he's good. He's gonna go hard in the paint tonight. He's also been on a rocky night. We won't get into that on the podcast, but sometimes
I love you, Pops. I'm sending my love and condolences. All the
condolences is crazy. Nobody passed away.
I know, but I know the drama he has to deal with.
Yeah. We all understand. I think the main reason everybody is here though, is so we can talk about sports, Isaac.
But before that,
go ahead.
Bruno Mars announced he's dropping a new album. I'm hyped. 10 years. He said he just finished his album. That means it's coming soon.
Okay.
I'm hyped. Now we can get to sports. Sorry.
I mean, while we're at it, we're just throwing shit at the wall. Everything online right now is Stranger Things for me because you watched it with us. And right now the rumor is we might get a secret episode tomorrow. And there's that 50-50 saying, yeah, it's happening. The 50-50 saying, no, it's not. And I don't care either way.
How hype would you be if that random
I
episode?
would really like there to be one.
Do you think that it would
because
add
I
to
want
the
more.
story?
I'm greedy. I
Do you
want
think it would
more.
add to the story though? Like do justice for it?
I
Like
think they
actually
could add to the story. But if
have
they
more
didn't
time?
add to the story, I'm satisfied. I know there's a lot of other people on TikTok and Twitter and everywhere, Blue Sky, whatever the fuck, out there, typing the little hearts away, and I'll be fine either way. I'm enjoying watching it all right now, and I'd hate to see what the Duffer Brothers DMs look like tomorrow if it doesn't come out. That's all I got to say on that. But let's dive into football. I think playoffs are here. About to be here. We got a wild card weekend. We had week 18, the last regular season week of the season. I know I said of season a lot, but that just passed us. A lot of big news regarding coaching, MVPs. A lot of records were set and broke. A lot
Dude,
to cover.
a lot of divisions getting like divisional matchups. This was one of the most, and the NFL made the schedule this way to where they play their division opponent at the very end of the season last game. So there's a chance for them to face off like, hey, I win this, we win the division. Like the Seahawks Niners game, that was for the division. I don't know who that is.
I don't either, but it sounded funny, so I threw it up there. We're just gonna we're riding with it.
I'm assuming he's a handsome fellow. You know what I'm saying?
We can assume.
I'm assuming he's calling me a handsome fellow.
I like the aspect of putting division kind of rivals together at the end because then we see it a couple maybe once, twice throughout the season, and then at the end, it's like, okay, now we get the blow off. Like who's worked harder this season? I think it really gets fans interested in what's going on. And for me, as a first-time fan, kind of actually following anything, because I've watched football here and there, like big Christmas games or big Thanksgiving games, things like that, but I've never really watched a season. For me, actually getting into it right before the playoffs, it makes it more enticing for me. Because then I'm like, okay, now I got to learn the history. I got to learn why these teams don't like each other, why they're rivals. And you get to hear all the conversation around these games and why they're so important to, the teams and their communities. So it's really fun to watch that and see it unfold.
It sounded like you just pooted your pants. But hey, Scotty, we love you. Happy to see you in the chat.
You want to dive into games? Do a little recap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tell us what games we're starting off on. There was obviously a lot of exciting ones, a lot of interesting ones. Dude, an amazing week of football.
A lot of close games. There was so many close football games this past week and weekend. It's kind of crazy. There's a couple blowouts, but a lot of it was real tight, close games. So I'm excited to kind of run through it. We're going to start with the Panthers versus the Buccaneers. Happened Saturday. Buccaneers barely scraped by, 16-14. So
the story behind this game is the Panthers, if they won, then they won the division. And obviously, because they had the higher record. And if the Buccaneers won, then the Saints had to beat the Falcons for them to get in the playoffs. Because all the, I beat this team how many times that, you know what I mean? The tiebreakers. So the Buccaneers in their game, the refs basically decided this game for the Buccaneers. It was biggest cheap games you've ever seen. You see what I'm saying? So later on, you'll see that the Saints did not beat the Falcons. So the Buccaneers missed the playoff. The Panthers are going to be in, Bryce Young and them. You know what I'm saying? Happy to see Mayfield and the Buccaneers. That was one of the biggest fall offs. Them and the Colts literally have lost 8 straight games. It's insane to see. They were 8-1, 7-1 and stuff, and they lost 8 straight games, both of them. It's kind of crazy. And the Buccaneers don't have the excuse of the injuries that the Colts have. So it's just really hard to see they get the win and still don't make it. You know what I mean? And even whenever they got the win, it wasn't by, Baker came out here in the fourth quarter and outplayed them. It was, we got 12 flags and everybody's mad, So it's just kind of, I think it sucks to see for Tampa Bay. They might also fire a coach. You don't know. It could happen later. There could be some big changes after like that horrific end to the season, complete disaster. You know,
Both of
like
these
sometimes
teams,
it takes a dumpster fire to.
I was going to say, both these teams are out of the. I mean, I don't think they really had much of a chance to go into the Super Bowl or to play in the playoffs, but like,
No, the Panthers are still in it.
they are.
Yeah, where the Tampa Bay lost, the Panthers are in the wild card.
Oh yeah. They're going to go against the Rams.
Yeah,
my bad.
I mean, yeah, they still got to play the Rams, but Colts won 10 in a row.
Yeah,
I don't think that's true, Scotty.
Looking at this, also Saturday, Seahawks took on the 49ers. 13-3, so they beat them by 10 points.
This was a hell of a game. Hell of a game. Even low scoring, this was a defensive battle. The 49ers really started to pick up their momentum there late in the game. And Brock Purdy throws a pass to CMC. He kind of bobbles it, and it's intercepted right away. And then after that, they couldn't score. They didn't score a touchdown. The 49ers offense all year looked unstoppable, especially the week before against the Bears. You know, that scoring, insane scoring game that they had back and forth. And then they just couldn't get it together today. It seemed like their run game didn't work. They only had like 12 rushes for maybe 60 yards. It just felt like they really couldn't push the ball. They couldn't throw the ball how they normally do. And I think that's just a testament to the Seahawks defense and how great Seattle is. And I don't think they've given enough credit. And then there's a big player here who technically set a record, one of those ESPN records that are like, oh, who tracks this? But I thought it was really cool. I told you about it. You got it pulled up.
Is it the Sam Darnold?
Yeah, Sam Darnold.
I'm just making sure. I'm getting my stuff
the
right.
Ginger is black, bro. Have you not heard about that?
I did not hear that.
Yeah. They're saying Gingers is black.
Okay.
And that is the reason why.
Okay. But the stat you're speaking of, 2 straight years going 14-3. This year with the Seahawks, last year with the Vikings. Do you think that was because he did so? You think this was his way to come back and to shut down all the haters from his time with the Jets and with the Panthers? And then,
well, even whenever he was with the Vikings last year,
that's what I was about to say.
How it ended is he threw a couple picks, and it's just like they were like, "Oh, you fell apart." You know what I mean? Whenever times got tough, so I think we definitely need to see him in the playoffs, see how he can perform under pressure. But, dude, he's turned his whole career around. I mean, this is insane to see. You love to see a player, like, do this for yourself. And, like, especially for a franchise like Seattle, I think it's a nice franchise. They definitely deserve it. They've been to the bowl. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they've won it. You know what I mean? Since maybe a long time, maybe never. I'm not really sure on that stat.
I have to.
But I know when they went like a decade or so ago, they didn't win it because they didn't run the ball on 4th down. They threw it and cost them the game.
2014.
They won it
last time they won. Yep. I was a freshman in high school. So it's been a minute.
But I think it's good for Seahawks fans. I think the 49ers definitely have like I don't think that's it for them. I don't think they're definitely going to get bounced first round of the playoffs, nothing like that. I think sometimes, like I've said before, you got to get punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely think it has a lot to do with the supporting cast, Scotty. They did run the ball a lot. They did, you know what I mean? But when you can play in the system that well, especially for 2 different teams, 2 different head coaches, back-to-back years, I think it's just a testament to how great of a player you are. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Especially when you succeed despite those around you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're getting from Sam is like
and all the
naysayers and doubters, and he's pretty much hit him with the good old "fu." Like, I put the middle finger up. Where I'm gonna show you that I'm better than what you expect. And he led this team to these 14-3. Like,
You gotta let a
easy.
naysayer know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just like next week, naysayer, or later this week, I should say, naysayers are gonna say Isaac's gonna be 30 minutes late. We gotta 5 minutes early.
Only be 15. You know?
No, no. I'm gonna start telling you we start 30 minutes after we actually do.
My boss
Oh,
does that on my schedule at work.
that's wild. I'm just gonna
Or
throw
at least
that.
well, today I showed up at 7:30 and I was like, yo, she was like, where are you? Blah blah blah. I was like, my on the app it says 7:30. I've never checked the app before. She told me to start checking the app. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
And she was like, yeah, I put it at 7:30. So when my boss looks at it, she doesn't think I'm allowing you to be late every day.
Now that's crazy.
Yeah, she was like, next time get your ass here at 7.
That's wild. I don't even know what to say to that, Isaac.
That was he.
Next game we're looking at is going to be New Orleans versus Atlanta. Atlanta wins 19-17.
This kicked
Close game.
Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers out the playoffs.
Okay, so this took the Buccaneers out the playoffs.
Yep.
Okay.
Because they're all in the
Break that
same
down
conference.
for me. Let me understand how that works.
So the Buccaneers lost a certain amount of games
9 games.
to the Cardinals, though. Like to people in their division. You look at the 4 teams right there: the Saints, the Cardinals, and like the Buccaneers and the Panthers. So whenever they're tied like that, they break down like the win-loss against your other division teams, and like how's your record against this division team compared to their record against this division team. You see what I'm saying? So if the Bucks beat the Saints or beat the Falcons more, then they would have been able to move on. Or if they beat the Panthers more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they lost too many in-conference games when they have the same record as the Panthers.
But each quarterback had 4 sacks. Each had 1 interception and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Shough, this was a good rookie year from him. Tyler Shough is the rookie for the Saints. Really underrated, I think. And then the quarterback for the Falcons, I'm pretty sure, is old-ass Kirk Cousins, who still played last night, and he's ancient. So the fact he can come back from an Achilles and just do that for a couple games, get paid $40 million to do it or so, is good for him.
That's next level. I like it.
Yeah, other than that, that's not really too important of a
No, it's just a whatever match, to be honest.
Yeah, other than the fact it had like playoff implications for the other teams. I thought that was kind of cool.
The next one, we got a record broke. Cleveland took on Cincinnati. They beat them 20-18. But
Cleveland Super Bowl.
Huh?
I said this was Cleveland's Super Bowl.
You think so?
Yeah, that Myles Garrett breaking the sack record. This is the best thing that's happened in Cleveland since.
Way to segue it in. I love it. Myles Garrett of the Browns breaks the single season sack record at 23
23
sacks.
of them things.
23 is crazy.
23. He turned into Michael Jordan out there killing the quarterbacks. That's crazy. Yeah, head to
head. Something along the lines of like they were trying to discredit one of the sacks for Burrow, where Myles got Burrow down to try to say he hasn't broke the record. The record obviously still stands. Myles did it. But
and it's also because he had the extra game. You know, they only used to have 16 games. So it's like when you add the extra game and then he doesn't get the sacks in 16 games, he gets it in the 17. That's where people kind of have a problem with it.
What's your opinion on that?
My opinion is that's not really the player's fault. I still definitely think it should be like, yeah, he broke the record. You know, the person with 16 games still has the like, hey, they did it in 16 games. So I think that should still credit them. The record should still be Myles Garrett, but that shouldn't take away from the greatness of who's in second place. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And I think a lot of people have a problem with like seeing somebody in that second spot and thinking, oh, since we're not talking about him holding the record, it's you can say in 16 games they have the most sacks.
Yeah.
That's kind of my thought.
Something I found also really interesting is the Browns were one of 7 teams to fire their head coach, Kevin Stefanski. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. Kevin Stefanski. Stefanski is gone.
Yeah, I think a lot of people wanted to see that. So Browns fans.
Okay, so that's a good. You're saying that's a good thing, as far as
yeah. I mean, I feel like they need a lot more than just a head coach switch.
Okay.
Yeah,
but that's a good start.
Yeah. Hey, give me 1 second. Hey, Mom. I'm on live stream right now.
Got a call from Mom Dukes.
Okay, well, I'll be on the live stream, so I'll come out when I'm done. All right, I love you. Bye.
Franchise, Scotty. Hit us with some knowledge.
What's good? Your mom?
Dukes real quick.
Yeah, she was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm live. She was like, I'll see you in 30 minutes. I was like, please don't come in here. I'm live.
So, up next, game-wise, we have the Indiana Colts versus Houston. Houston walked out of this 38-30. Another close game.
Dude, the fact that the rookie Riley Leonard was able to spin that thing, help him get 30 points. It was his first career start. I think he could be their future quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And that's really good for Colts fans to see that rookie come out there and play that good after being so uncertain with Daniel Jones's injury. They get a 45-year-old player to come back, and you know what I mean? So seeing that rookie go out there and spin that thing, even though their season completely collapsed, it was good that, they were able to at least see some brightness for the future at that quarterback position. And then the Texans defense, they are still unstoppable. I think they probably rested some guys last night, you know what I'm saying, being the last game of the season and all. But, I'm really excited to see them going in the playoffs.
What do you think about the Texans also being one of 7 teams to fire their head coach, Brian Callahan?
Texans fired their head coach?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
They're the Titans. Texas Titans, right?
The Titans.
Huh?
You said Texans. You said Houston Texans.
Yeah. So they get mixed up, bro. It's my first time.
The Texans and the Titans are 2 different
teams. Get to the Titans later. I was excited to announce something fun.
You had me really
confused. Up next, right here, the Jaguars blow out the Titans 41-7. I think it makes sense Brian Callahan's not there no more if they're getting blown out that bad. Is that fair?
Yeah, and the Titans are dumpster fire. They need to hit a whole new O-line. They really need a lot in there to start competing. I don't have much to say about them other than Cam Ward looks good. Cam Ward had a good rookie season. I'm proud of that guy. He wasn't getting much help out there by anybody. So,
up next we got Green Bay versus the Vikings. Vikings destroyed Green Bay 16-3. I don't think there's much in this one either to really talk about, is there?
Other than Green Bay, hopefully that means the Bears can come out there and get a win, even though the Bears lost 2. You might be able to segue to that one next. But, there's a lot of people not playing, you know what I mean? I think the Vikings just wanted to go get that rivalry game. I think the Packers were more prepared for the playoffs. They knew they were already in it, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of take this game off, take a week, get prepared for the Bears.
Okay. Up next on the list here, we got Dallas versus the Giants.
This is a big nothing burger.
34-17. And it didn't have any playoff implications, did it?
Nah, big nothing burger. Other than the Giants keep getting a worse pick by winning.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They're literally kicking themselves in the ass by winning.
To go up next, we have the Jets versus the Bills. 35-8. The Bills destroyed the Jets, and the
With their
Jets
backup
made history.
quarterback. Their backup quarterback.
The Jets are the first team ever to go a whole season without one interception. Might be the most ass team I've ever heard of in my life.
Dude, the Jets always are breaking records. Not for the right reasons, but they're always breaking some records. You know what I mean? You can at least always say the Jets are going to break a record. It's probably going to be a really bad one. Their quarterback having 60 yards is crazy. Mitch Trubisky, the Bills' backup quarterback, went out there and had 260 yards, 4 touchdowns, didn't get sacked, didn't throw a pick. You know how Drake May went out and had that 5-touchdown game? Everybody was calling him MVP. The Bills' backup quarterback just went and did that against the Jets. So I don't think we'll get to the MVP talks later. We'll talk about that later.
Up next, Bears versus Detroit. 19-16. Detroit walks out victorious over the number 1 seed in their bracket.
In their division, yeah.
In their division, I mean, all about the word choice, I guess. I didn't see Detroit coming out with this one.
No, I think they just wanted to put a stamp on the season. They knew they were out the playoffs, and they really came out to play. And I don't think the Bears really did. I think this was a big hit in the mouth. At least in the San Francisco game, it's like, hey, we played all the way to the last freaking play. You see what I'm saying? The game came down to that last freaking play. Nobody said the Bears weren't good from losing the San Francisco game. This game, I mean, other than their defense, maybe. Their defense letting up that many points. But this game, their offense didn't come to play. You know what I mean? And when one week it's like, oh, our defense gave up this many points, but our offense came, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not that worried. And then the next week is our offense is struggling. It's a scary look for the Bears. And
it throws some questions out there for sure.
Exactly.
Are they ready?
Especially for a young team, young quarterback.
I think it could also be, I mean, you mentioned young quarterback. It could just be growing pains. Success very quick sometimes gets to people. I'm not saying that's what's going on in this situation, but it could be one of those, hey, I made mistakes this year. Let's learn from it next year. And that's my thing. If the Bears are this good this year.
So the division matchup.
You there?
Sorry. Am I back?
You're good. You're back.
Okay.
You're good.
I hope the internet problems don't start up.
Yeah, we got you picking your nose. You're good.
Oh, frozen in the nose pick. That's horrible.
Go ahead, kid.
But yeah, all I was saying is you also play division teams more, so they have the most film on you, most time, against you. So them catching a loss against the Lions, it wasn't what I wanted to see, but it's
okay. Up next, we had the Chargers going against Denver in a blowout, 19-3. I don't necessarily know if there's much to this one either, other than a blowout.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are also just a team getting ready for that playoff football. They have a lot of injured people, ton of injured people. So it's just, hey, we rest everybody this week, take the L, move on to the playoffs.
It doesn't matter for them. It's not like it's something that's going to hurt them.
Especially when you're a team that either has the 1 seed locked down in your division and got the home game, or you're not going to get it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If you're not a team playing for that home game, there's most of the time you want to rest some players like you.
Makes sense. Up next, we had the Falcons versus the Rams. or no, the Cardinals versus the Rams. I apologize. Rams destroyed the Cardinals 37-20.
Matt Stafford MVP.
Okay. Do you think this solidified it?
I think this is definitely one of those games where you can point to and it's like, hey, they were just talking about how he's throwing picks and not playing as well, and then he comes out here and does this. I think that could definitely be one of those things.
Okay. I mean,
you
my
want to
question is,
MVP talks or
yeah, we can go ahead, and while we're here, we'll jump into him and Drake May just to go ahead. What puts Matthew ahead of Drake?
in my opinion, he has like 46 touchdowns, I think it is, with only 8 interceptions. Those are crazy numbers. He has the most yards in the league. He's doing it on a really good team who has played a tougher schedule than the Patriots, a lot tougher schedule. Patriots are one of the last ranked strengthened schedules in the league, and the Rams are up there with one of the hardest. So it's like when you really look at all this and like what he's able to do at his age and like put this whole team together, the numbers he's putting up, I think it's just like a no-brainer, you know? Yeah. Like Drake May obviously has a story getting the Patriots back and being a young player. Obviously some big games, great numbers, not discrediting how good he is, but I think just compared to Matthew Stafford in this race, it should go to Matt.
I know that, like, looking at it statistically speaking, the Patriots this year have done better overall. But like you said, the Rams have gone through a tougher division.
Definitely a lot tougher. And even the non-division games, the Patriots weren't scheduled very many tough opponents at all.
So, like, when you're going in MVP talks, do you look at the conversation of, hey, this guy faced tougher competitors, so he should get it over this guy, even if the other guy, let's say, maybe has more, like, better stats?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think so a little bit, but in this debate, particularly, Drake May doesn't really have better stats, you know?
Fair enough. Yeah. I guess that was more of a general.
Yeah, in a general question, yeah, I think if you gotta take, because you can only play the people you face. So if you have an amazing record, put up amazing stats, really just be like, well, he played harder people, so you got to discredit everything he did, you know?
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
That makes sense. So like if we was going to argue the other way, if we was going to argue Drake May deserves to be MVP, what would you put up against Matthew?
I think okay, so when you look at most valuable player, some people take it as who's the most valuable to their team. You see what I'm saying? If you take Matthew Stafford off the Rams, they would be a better team for sure than if you took Drake May off the Patriots. If you took Drake May off the Patriots, I think they would go back to being the dumpster fire they were in right before they got him. You see what I'm saying? Okay. If the Rams had a different quarterback that's not as good, you see what I'm saying? Just somebody, then I think they'd still be a decent team. Maybe like a team as good as the Panthers or something. You see what I'm saying? But like instead of good offense, it would be their great defense carried by their good receivers, decent run game, and then you know what I mean? So if you look at most valuable, who's more valuable to their team, it'd be Drake May in my opinion. But I think that it's more just like best regular season award than really what it's actually comes down to, if that makes sense.
So what you're saying is the MVP award's more of an overall. This player was most valuable maybe to the overall outlook of the season rather than they were the best thing going for their team.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I think.
That makes sense. Just to carry on with Patriots talks and Drake May, the Patriots dominated the Dolphins this week 38-10. I mean, Drake May killed it again. Yards
not much to say. They chopped up the Dolphins defense.
They chopped them up pretty decent, is what it looks like. Rushing yards were nice. Passing yards were decent. I mean, 191, one touchdown for Drake May. That ain't bad. It's a decent game. I feel like just looking at it, I don't think they it was one of those matchups that they had to try too hard.
Yeah, they wanted to take it easy, definitely.
Exactly. So, I mean, it was a easy night, I'd say, for the Patriots nonetheless. Um Looking at this, it was kind of a stinker between Kansas City and the Raiders. And it's crazy that a 60-yard field goal would decide this game and the Raiders would walk out over the Chiefs.
Uh, I think it's good for the Raiders fans because they swept the Chiefs in division play season, and they still have the
Hmm.
first overall pick. So
Okay.
let's go Raiders fans. And they fired their 80-year-old Pete Carroll. So
Yep.
let's go.
One of
Get Geno Smith out of there. Draft Fernando Mendoza. Get him some linemen so him and Ashton Genty aren't getting murdered. Y'all got one of the best tight ends in the league in Brock Bowers. One of the best DNs in the league in Max Crosby. So, like, there's building blocks there. They have good players. It's just surrounding those players with pieces that actually support them. Because you can't win a football game with just one or two players, you know? This ain't basketball.
So just throwing this out here while we're on the conversation, you bring up Mendoza, who is
Number one pick.
absolutely crushing it with Indiana right now. And the Raiders get the number one pick, right? They get the first
Yep.
pick in the draft. Do you think it's a shoe in, like they're for certain going to draft Mendoza, or
I don't. I think it's definitely the smartest thing, unless he has like a crazy stinker against Dante Moore and Oregon, who's Dante Moore's projected to go number 2. It's
Yep.
not for certain, but unless say Dante Moore throws 300 yards or something, and Mendoza throws 4 picks, you see what I'm saying? There could be a chance, but I think other than some crazy scenario, Fernando Mendoza definitely he just carries himself. Even if you watch one of his interviews, like he sounds like he could run for mayor or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of crazy how like well put together the kid is or the man is. I can't call him that; he's older than me. But and then he's gonna get drafted, and I think it should definitely be first by the Raiders. And I think they need a quarterback for the future after seeing how horrible Geno Smith's been this year. So.
So I mean, just overall looking at like let's say the Raiders next year. Obviously, they got to get a new head coach. Let's say they draft Mendoza, they get a new quarterback, maybe tighten up some other loose ends. Do you
Some
think they could
linemen.
have a winning season next year?
Uh, I don't know about winning. They
Okay.
could definitely have a lot less of an embarrassing season, but they could have a turnaround. Like that's the thing that I've really seen this year is all it takes is some good linemen, like the Bears. All it took was a good head coach in Ben Johnson and some good linemen and a young quarterback that they believe in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, like, I definitely think they have a chance of turning it around. It's just, will the Raiders do that? Well, maybe now that they have Tom Brady in the building, but I don't know.
Okay. We got 2 more games to go over from Week 18. We got Washington versus Philadelphia. Washington took Philadelphia 24-17, which I mean shocked me, to be honest. I really had the Eagles in this one.
Philly, they're washed, dude. I don't know. All I know is if you live in Philadelphia, you're probably like trying to burn the city down. At the same time, they have that home game, so it could have been a game where it's like, hey, we don't show up to play as much. But when you have a season which feels as disappointing as theirs,
Yeah.
coming from just winning the Super Bowl last year and to not really being at the top, you'd think you'd want to perform every game and try to go out there. But it just seemed like they didn't really have that in mind, you know, and hopefully they'll get it together before the playoffs for their sake. We're about to go look at the bracket, go over all the games here in a minute, but hopefully for their sake, they'll get it together.
I think game of the week was this next one, Baltimore Ravens versus Steelers.
Undoubtedly. This is one of the best games to end a regular season, you know what I'm saying, in recent memory.
Definitely. It's definitely had the most buzz around it all week so far. I mean, we're only what 2 days away from it, but it's definitely the most buzz around it. Lamar
The
Jackson
ending
performed.
was insane. It was so the Aaron Rodgers gets the ball less than 2 minutes. You see what I'm saying? Goes down, drives all the way down the score field and scores a touchdown with 55 seconds to go. Lamar Jackson gets the ball, goes into field goal range with I think no timeouts or something. Like it was crazy. They make it into field goal range and their kicker lines up and misses. And Lamar's heated. Jim Harbaugh, who's been their coach for 18 years, won a championship with them, got fired. So that was also insane for them. I think it was a big loss. And I think if the Steelers lost, then their coach, who they've had forever, who hasn't had a losing season with them forever and ever, would have got fired as well. So I think it was just good for – it could be good for Baltimore for a change. I know Steelers fans are so happy, so excited because they have like one of the oldest age rivalries, pure hatred. So I think it was really good to see a game at that like altitude come down with rivals too in a game that matters. Like whoever wins this is in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like
Yep.
that was really cool. And I think you like people don't want to blame Lamar because the kicker. And last year it was Mark Andrews in the end zone, but it shouldn't come down to the kicker in the last second of the game. We need to, you know what I mean? If they had won one more game,
There's the
it wouldn't
rest
have
of the
came down.
team too. Like it shouldn't come down to the one person. Like for one, that pressure alone will make you miss a kick. It don't matter how
Yeah,
damn
and
good
then
you are.
I'm pretty sure I saw Lamar in an interview say he went up to him like before it. I don't know if it was like right before it or sometime in the game and like said something to him. Was like, "Hey, I hope it don't come down." Blah blah blah. And the guy's a rookie. It's a rookie kicker. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And he's been getting death threats. He had to turn his comments off. He just got engaged. And
Mm.
there's posts. It was a post of him and his fiance, and it was her post. You know what I'm saying? His fiance's post, and it was like, "I'm so happy. I'm with the love of my life." Blah 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 blah. And all the comments were like, "It's not too late to divorce him, leave." You know what I'm saying? It
That's
was straight hate,
wild.
just straight hatred, bro. Up in
That's
her like
crazy.
up in her DMs talking about just he should kill himself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting prayers out to him.
Yeah,
No player
definitely.
deserves to hate. No person,
No, man.
especially over a game, dude.
Over one
Like,
kick in a football game is crazy.
yeah,
Like
for a rookie
whoever's
too.
out here acting that way needs to rethink their life choices.
Well, you gotta think how much money they lost, but
I mean, maybe don't put that much money on the kicker, bro. um, before we dive into the playoff bracket for the NFL, let's go over these. I think there's like five, six wild card games this weekend. We're just gonna go over and give our picks. Think maybe run down what we think might happen, and then we'll get into bracket. Sound good?
yeah,
Saturday, we got the Rams versus the Panthers.
these are the first round of the playoffs, the wild card games.
They are a part of the okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
See, I'm
yeah,
learning. I'm learning.
yeah.
So
No,
first
I got
round
you.
wild card
I'm trying
games.
to help you out. Yeah,
Here, we'll throw this up here then. I'll stop being lackadaisical.
yeah. Well, can I take a quick little intermission bathroom break?
Yeah, quick intermission bathroom break. Isaac will be right back. I'm gonna
Is
mute it
that
and
all right?
also take a go ahead.
Thank you. I had to use the bathroom. Oh, thank you so much. Hold me. I'm back.
You back, Isaac?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Rams, Panthers, top of the bracket. Who you got?
This is gonna be either okay. I've seen some people online saying this is gonna be a crazy upset, and there's no way. I'm taking Matthew Stafford and the Rams.
Okay. I think I'm gonna agree. I think the Rams got this one in the bag. I think you're right. Stafford is on one hell of a trajectory. If we're looking at
And their
how he's done
offense
this
is just
season,
clicking all cylinders.
I like it. I agree 100%. Next we have the 49ers and the Eagles. I think the 49ers got it. I'm not gonna lie. I think
this might be the best game of the wild cards, in my opinion.
I agree.
This, I think, could be an absolute banger, dude, if the Eagles come to play. And I don't want to count Philly out, dude. I really, really don't want to count Philly out. I feel like the 49ers have a chance to win it all this year. That they have that talent. They have that chemistry. You see what I'm saying? And they definitely could have a bounce back game after their performance on offense last week. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm putting my bet on the Eagles, man. I'm going out there. I'm putting my foot down and saying Saquon's gonna at least do something, or Jalen Hurts isn't gonna throw 3 picks and be butt. I'm putting my bet on the Eagles. I'm gonna bet against you. I feel like that might be a underdog bet at this point of the season.
I like it. I think we're going to agree on the next one. I think the Bears put down great goal. I just I want to see the Bears do it this year. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big fan of the Bears in general, but
if they win this one, if they win this one, I think they have a very, very good chance of moving on to the next round, the round after that as well. You know what I'm saying? And definitely. I think their big challenge is Green Bay. This is the 3rd time you play this team this year. It's a 1-1 record. You see what I'm saying? Big, big game. So they need to bring their all. Green Bay also has a lot of injuries. They don't have Micah Parsons. You see what I'm saying? I don't think – I'm pretty sure I saw a stat where they haven't got a sack, or maybe it was just very few, since Micah Parsons been injured. So they got to figure something out with that pass rush. It's been abysmal. They haven't been able to get to the quarterback. So if Caleb Williams has time in the pocket, able to sit back there and make throws, I think they definitely got this game.
I think I want to see another 49ers Bears game. They killed it a couple weeks ago, and I want them to run it back.
I think it'll be Eagles Bears, bro. That's my guess. I can see that happen.
Okay. We're going to start at the bottom of the other side of the bracket. We're going to start with the Patriots versus the Chargers. I think the Patriots got it. I think Drake May, like Matthew Stafford, had one hell of a year with the Patriots. So I want to see them go further into the playoffs for sure.
Okay. So let me look something up real quick, because this is going to be a very important. You see what I'm saying?
Walk us through what you're thinking.
How many players on the on Los Angeles?
Mm-hmm.
How many of their offensive linemen are on injury reserve?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Aren't playing. Because if you remember, a recurring thing we've seen all season is Justin Herbert getting sacked multiple times with his offensive line not being there.
Agreed.
So if that's the case, then they barely have a chance. You know what I mean? I don't know if they've announced it yet who's not playing, because I'm looking it up right now. It has not been released. But Joe Alt, their offensive tackle, their running back might be out. And another offensive lineman. So there's definitely some injuries there. I'm sorry I took so long. But I believe
You're
in
good.
the Chargers, not the Clippers. I definitely don't believe in the Clippers. I believe in
Yeah.
the Chargers and their ability to like put offense together. Justin Herbert, an electric player at the beginning of the season. People were calling him one of the MVP candidates, and then it's just tons of injuries to their line. You hate to see it, and I think New England's going to take it out here to the next round.
Up next, I'm going to go with the Jaguars, and I'm going to throw this out here. I think the Jaguars will make it to the finals.
Okay, so this was my prediction. My friend at work, huge Bills fan, watches ton of football. You know what I mean? We talk all the time. And my prediction was I was kind of messing with him. And I said the Jags are going to beat Buffalo. And that's obviously an upset because Jacksonville, they might have the higher seed, but that's just because they won their division. You see what I'm saying? They're new, but they're like the new team on the block, basically.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And they have no experience. It's like a really hype team, but how far do you think they're going to go in the playoffs? I think they're one of the best matchups for Buffalo, especially on this side of the bracket. And I said if Buffalo beats them, then I think Buffalo is going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And that was maybe even a hot take because Buffalo has shown a lot of holes in their game, but I think Josh Allen is lining up for him. So I'm gonna have them go through this. If Jacksonville proves me wrong, I'll love to see it. That's one of those things I'd love to see them prove me wrong. And Trevor Lawrence come out here, have a great game, and Jacksonville, that story continue. Especially as a Bears fan, you know, it's kind of up the same alley of we both haven't seen our teams be good. So, yeah.
I'm going to jump back to you said, they're kind of the new kids on the block when it comes to the playoffs and being in this. They're in a new realm, kind of.
Yeah.
I think that plays in their advantage because a lot of these teams, I think, will go in thinking, "Hey, this is easy." They don't know this kind of pressure. Maybe we've been here before, kind of thing. And I think they're going to get looked down. Maybe even like the Bears. You got to think the Bears haven't been there in a while.
I
So I
just
think
think Josh Allen is just such a veteran. And like, if you look at
I see
his
what you mean.
statistics in the playoffs, he is like quite literally one of, if not the best playoff quarterbacks ever. It's kind of crazy how amazing he plays in the playoffs and still hasn't got that far. And I think just now it looks like the bracket's opened up a lot for them with the Chiefs not here.
Okay. Up next, we got the Texans, I should say, against the Steelers.
Good game.
Good game. I think it'll be a close game, but I think the Texas defense is going to shut down Aaron Rodgers. That's my prediction.
I
think
would
Texas
love
has
to
it.
see Pittsburgh finally make it out the first round because they just don't. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. They'll win their division or be second and then lose in the first round. 9-8 season or a 10-7 season every time, lose in the first round. So I'd love to see them get out. It's just against this Texas team, it's like they have some of the best DBs in the league. You see what I'm saying? And then that's not to mention their D line incredible. Like their linebacker core, nice. So it's like their whole defense is stacked up. I think Aaron Rodgers will be able to compete, but I don't think their run game will be able to hold up to the level. And if you can't run it, you got to force old ass Aaron Rodgers to make plays. And I feel like he can make some plays, but not enough to outscore this Houston team and to move on.
Okay. So I mean, just to go one step further, I picked Houston to go on against Denver. I believe that Denver's going to be able to take down them in the next round.
You think Bo Nix is a true quarterback?
I think so.
You believe in Bo?
I believe. I believe. As our wrestling fans understand what that means, I believe.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
Okay, so if Pittsburgh wins, then Denver's winning. If Houston wins, I could see Houston pulling off the upset.
I like it. Going to the other side of the bracket, I said the Rams would take down the Panthers. And then we'd get Rams versus Seahawks. This one, I think will be tough, honestly.
I got Rams.
You got Rams. I'll
Sam
go
Darnold's
Seahawks.
going to see some ghosts and going to throw some picks. I hope he doesn't for his sake, but that's just what he showed in the playoffs. And even if he doesn't throw picks, I think Matthew Stafford has the ability to go out there and just do better. You know, Sam sees ghosts. Darnold, I don't think they're going to come through.
Okay. One more thing to cover when it comes to the NFL. We've talked a little bit about it when we was breaking down some of these games, but crazy turnover rate today for head coaches in the NFL. 7, as of us recording, 7 NFL head coaches have been fired. I'm gonna run down the list. You kind of break down what this means for those teams and what it looks like maybe for them to reset themselves next season. Okay. Just reading them off real quick. We got Pete Carroll for the Raiders, Jonathan.
Yeah, we should go one by one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, go ahead. Go with Pete.
We've talked about Pete Carroll and the Raiders a little bit.
I feel like we already covered Pete. We'll go to Jonathan Gannon for the Cardinals.
Cardinals have been just bad this season. Absolutely. They've been bad. They had to get rid of their starting QB. They haven't got rid of him yet, but it looks like he's about to be traded or something with that. And even whenever they made their new quarterback change with Jacoby Brissett, it just hasn't been really hitting. You know what I'm saying? That it seemed like they had chances early in the season, and they just blew them all. And then once it gets to the point you lose the locker room, players don't care. It just, let's get a new guy. You know, head coach got to take the fall for that.
Up next, we kind of covered a little bit earlier. Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski, he's gone. I guess go back and check out earlier in the episode where we run down what that means for the Browns. The Falcons lost their head coach Raheem Morris. What do you think that means for the Falcons?
I think this is going to be good for the Falcons. I've seen a lot of Falcons fans not like him. And then I think he was a defensive-minded head coach, and their defense has not been good. You see what I'm saying? They just got blown the hell out. And I think a lot of this season also wasn't his fault with quarterback injuries and then having to play with the old quarterback. But at the same time, like I said earlier, you can tell when somebody kind of loses the locker room, loses faith in players, and then like when you watch the film, their play calls just aren't calling. They're just not hitting, you know, stuff like that. So I definitely think, and a lot of these guys could find a change of scenery and maybe do better. So that's one of the things I'm hoping for him. Maybe he finds a team that he connects with more, can do a little better for.
Okay. Last one we haven't covered, and that's Brian DeBall for the Giants.
Yeah, that one was a lot earlier in the season. He got fired a while ago. And I think a lot of players kind of were saying he was the scapegoat. They wanted him back. You know what I mean? Okay. And I think that like he's going to get a job somewhere else and be a good coach, either an offensive coordinator for a team or a head coach for a team. I think that'll be good for Brian Daboll, for him specifically, and for the Giants. They might just need something new. You see what I'm saying? But I think they should let their like defensive coordinator go because their defense blows games. Oh, thank you, Nate.
Okay. Just to carry on with football, we're going to jump over to the college football playoff bracket, and then we'll move on to basketball. But we're going to cover a little bit of college football.
That's why I like this
bracket. There we go. Wrong bracket. There's the right bracket. A little blurry. Sorry. I don't know why. It's just been a terrible day for anything technical. So we just get to look at this blurry ass graphic. We had some upsets, Isaac. Some big upsets.
Mostly upsets. The only team that wasn't an upset was the Indiana game.
Yep, Indiana, Alabama.
Which is kind of crazy just seeing last year too. All 4 teams were upsetted in the first round with the bye. Okay. And this year it's 3 out of 4. So I think that really plays a statement to, hey, we didn't play for 3 weeks to a month. You see what I'm saying? How serious did we take that 3 weeks to a month? How well did we prepare? And I think teams just haven't been preparing that well, haven't been staying in shape that well. And I think the fact that out of the past 2 years with this style bracket, 7 out of the 8 teams have lost, and Indiana won. So I think that says a lot about them killing Bama the way they did. If you want to start on that game,
yeah, it works. That works.
they absolutely decimated Bama. Bama had no chance, and it was to the point where they scored. They're up a little bit, and Curt Cignetti, their coach, absolute dog, by the way. I could talk more. I could talk about him all day, just with all the interviews, everything he does. It's pure aura. And then he comes out there and his team's that good. And then you look at the recruiting class and their transfer class, it's like they're going to spend just as much money as Ohio State to keep this program good. So this could be a program that's good for the next 10, 15 years. You just didn't see it coming. You see what I'm saying? So just in this game specifically, it was to the point where their coach, Curt Cignetti, it was like you looked at him and they just scored a touchdown. They just took the ball away, scored a touchdown right before half, and bro looks pissed. Bro looks like they're down 30. You see what I'm saying? Bro looks like he's still mad. And even after the game, he still looked mad. Like the whole time he was like, this ain't Alabama. I was ready for an actual game. He looked bored out there. So I think that's great for Indiana. Their offensive lineman won Rose Bowl player of the game. And when an offensive lineman wins player of a game, that's just a testament to how amazing your offense is run. You see what I'm saying? That means your quarterback had a great game. All of your receivers got the ball evenly. You obviously ran the ball amazing because your offensive lineman got. So it's just a testament to everything they're doing over there, and I like them going forward too. But we'll go over last week's game on that side of the bracket. Sorry for just yapping all of this up. I was excited to talk about this for like a week now.
You're good.
Oregon, Texas Tech.
Yep, Oregon, Texas Tech. This was one, I think we called Texas Tech on this one.
Yeah, this was an upset for a lot of people. Shocked to me, shocked to a lot of people. Texas Tech had like 37 passing yards in the first half. They could not move the ball whatsoever. This was an insane defensive game, and Oregon really couldn't figure it out a lot the first half, but it really was more of a botch plays. Like they had 3 missed snaps that put them back 20 yards. You see what I'm saying? Like they snapped the ball and the quarterback didn't catch it right, so it put him back 3 times. So I think once they get that stuff, like a lot of it was just kind of on-field errors that could have cost them really bad, but Texas Tech didn't take any advantage of anything. They didn't score a single point all game. It's kind of crazy. So Oregon's defense, they had a defensive player, I forget his name, but he's a true freshman. 2 picks, a fumble recovery, 4 solo tackles. He's their corner for Oregon, and he's a true freshman. It's just like they're looking insane too going into this next game. So I think that's a really good game for Oregon and Oregon fans who were counted out, I think, a lot, especially playing JMU in the first round, not really seeing them play high-level competition, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's good for them.
Just going off that, before we move on to the other side of the bracket, who do you got for the Peach Bowl? You got Oregon or you got Indiana?
I got Indiana making the Natty.
I think Indiana, and I think Indiana goes all the way. I'm gonna be dead honest with you.
Yeah, you wanted to see this.
It's looking promising with all these upsets. So I'm going Indiana all the way. I think Indiana takes down Oregon, and I think they head off to the national championships, and I think they'll win it there. But we still got to go over the other side of the bracket. And when we start at the top, we go with Miami over Ohio.
Biggest upset of the week.
This was
crazy. Maybe I don't know. This could be.
It definitely was.
All 3 of these were insane upsets.
You're looking at the 10 seed taking down the 2nd seed. That's crazy.
Yeah, and especially the 2nd seed that won it last year. They're a juggernaut. They're the highest paid, I think, college program for sport or for their football program. and
Mhm.
everybody thought Ohio State was going to go back to back, and or at least make it back to the Natty. And I don't think anybody really had uh, Miami doing this and going this far. So just the statement that they could come out there and their defensive line was insane. Their whole box. It was like their defense punched uh OSU punched Julian Sayin right in the mouth. You see what I'm saying? And I think after that, they had a pick six that really changed the game, really shifted the game. And after that, it was just Ohio couldn't recover. They haven't taken an ass beaten like that all year. You know what I mean? The Indiana game was at least really close, came down to the kick they missed. But this was like, oh, we're down. We got to stir some up. And they didn't have that adversity in the regular season. So I think it really caught them off guard here.
And then I'm gonna jump down to the bottom of the bracket here. We got the Georgia was taken out by Ole Miss. Another upset. I think a lot of people
Ole Miss
think,
don't have their head coach. They're
yeah, the head coach is gone.
Lane Kiffin left.
Georgia's usually a badass team, especially in the playoffs. So this is kind of crazy. If you want to be another upset, definitely.
And the game was absolutely phenomenal. Tom, I don't want to mess his name up, all right? But Chambliss, the Ole Miss quarterback, he looks like a stud. He looks phenomenal. He went out there, threw 2 touchdowns, got him all the way in the red zone a couple times, and then when the game was on the line, fourth quarter, less than a minute left, he marched it all the way down the field for that field goal. You see what I'm saying? So it was insane how he played. And Gunnar Stockton, the Georgia quarterback, also played great. This is also applause to Georgia. Georgia came to play today. It wasn't like the Alabama game. It wasn't like the Texas Tech game. They even came to play more than Ohio State did, a lot more. And a lot of the game you think Georgia's going to win, and then they have a crazy comeback in the fourth. They're down 10. They come all the way back. And then Chambliss goes out there and really sets the game. He says, nah, it's over. You see what I'm saying? And that might be the best thing. This is the best Ole Miss team they've had ever. And they followed it up with a playoff win. Like, this is amazing for them to see, especially after losing their head coach. And the night before the game, it was when the transfer portal opens up. So all their players, all their coaches are having to figure out new contracts with new teams. And instead of being distracted, they came out here, one goal, one thought, win, beat Georgia, and they did. And it was super impressive. And I think it was the best game of the week. And my Cinderella story is who I hope is Ole Miss, is they can figure it out against Miami and can go out there and win. You know what I mean? Even if they beat Indiana, I think I'd rather see Ole Miss win because Indiana has chances to get back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They have a chance to go 16-0 next year. Ole Miss, with probably a lot of their players leaving to LSU and then their coach going to LSU, all their players following, I feel like they might not have this chance like they got now. So I want to see them keep going, keep pushing, dude, because they came and fought with all their heart.
Okay, I agree. I think with Ole Miss taking down Miami, I think the championships is definitely will look like Indiana versus Ole Miss. I don't think there's really a doubt about it.
Well, there's definitely some doubts. I think there's definitely ways Miami pulls that off. A crazy stat is Indiana never won a national championship. Oregon never won a national championship. Ole Miss never won a national championship before. Miami, the last time they won was 2001. So no matter what, this is either going to be a first-time winner, 75% chance, or first time in 25 years. You see what I'm saying? So this is just amazing seeing these 4 teams. I think it's amazing for the sport. Whoever comes out here and wins, hats off to them, dude. I just want to see some good games. I'm excited for these next ones.
Thursday I like that. Good way to segue into some basketball talk. We're gonna start with some rumors. We'll go in the rumor mill for some fun. Our guy here, Trae Young, first off, needs to do something with the hair. think at this point, just go bald, my friend. But there's some
I
rumors
won't.
he's going to get traded. Let me go. I'll go over the couple possibilities that I've written down. You let me know what you think and what your thoughts are. It's just a couple little things, and I'll let you spit your knowledge, Isaac.
All
Um,
right.
the four ideas that I found most heavily predicted. One was a trade for Trae Young to go over to the Clippers and James Harden to make his way over to the Hawks. The other one was for Trae Young to go to the Wizards, and the Hawks would receive CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. And then two other teams that were kind of in the talks that are maybe a little less likely were the Timberwolves and the Bucks. Both those situations would be Trae Young goes to either team, and then the Hawks get 4 to 5 to 6 players plus picks and money. It was kind of crazy to see how those two picks would look at, like what those would look like.
I think those are more realistic too, though.
Well, something I don't think, and I hadn't seen anybody, throw this out there, but especially I think the Bucks one's interesting because you already have a player that's rumored to want a trade.
Well,
Would
not
Giannis
the,
ever go
the
to the
idea
Hawks?
there is you'd want to keep Giannis.
Yeah, the idea would be you'd keep Giannis, you'd have Trae Young, you'd have Giannis, you'd have Dame. Like in theory, there's no way you could
They don't
mess
have
that
Dame.
up.
Anymore. They don't have Dame anymore.
Dame left.
Yeah, Dame's on the Trailblazers this season.
I'm learning, I guess.
Yeah.
So I mean, Giannis and Trae Young would be.
The
Trae's
idea
really
is you make Giannis happy. You show him you're trying. You give him
You
a
show
point
him you're
guard.
trying. I think somebody
Trae
like
Young
Trae
could probably
Young.
average 12 fucking assists yet next to Giannis. You see what I'm saying? He's a great passer. He'd be getting Giannis the ball. I think that'd be a good tandem. Also, the Timberwolves, I think, is interesting. They have a hole at point guard, I think, and that could be good for them. It's just what would you give up for a Trae Young if you don't really, But I
saw it was
definitely
like
where
3 starters and half the bench.
Yeah,
was
where
what
you're
it looked
probably
like.
definitely getting rid of. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, is he going to go to a team that's bad where it's just, one bad team to another, doesn't really matter? Or is it going to be something that really matters for his career? I'm hoping the latter because he's always been a player that wants to win and he's contribute to winning. Like he isn't just a player that's put up empty stats for years. I think them not winning isn't his fault, So I'm rooting for Trae Young.
Well, I think from what I've been able to see over the last several years is like you said, Trey's always been really willing to go out there and do what he needs to, and it seems like there's a lot of times that the franchise fails him, not the
it's
other
just
way
the biggest
around.
thing is like he's a small guard, really small guard. So it's like the hole at defense. You see
He
what I'm
needs a
saying?
body. He needs a body to cover him, and or somebody that he can make because he can make plays. It's just having somebody to make plays off of that I think has always hindered Trae and I mean even the Hawks' progress.
Mhm.
I just think it'd be really interesting. I mean, you look at some of these teams named, the Clippers might go down as one of the worst franchises ever, which maybe you will be talking about soon. The Wizards also in that same category. It'd just be interesting to see if somebody like Trae Young, and then maybe, like you said, somebody that has a more defensive background, or even somebody that Trae could make plays off of, if that could turn a team around. What do you think?
Yeah, like the Wizards do have young talent, like Alex Sarr, Bilal Coulibaly. They have a lot of young talent. That could be interesting. The Clippers, don't go to the Clippers game. Don't.
Do you think? Okay, let's just
sake.
To play off the Clippers scenario, since you're saying no. Does it do somebody like, let's say, okay, the rumor is Harden.
Who would that do good to? Is my question.
That's my question. Who does it? Does it benefit Atlanta at all?
I don't
Does
think
it
that
benefit the Clippers at all?
I don't think that benefit either team.
Well, I think both dudes are dealing with the same problem because Harden I feel like deals with a similar issue on the Clippers. There's nobody to play off of.
Okay, but Okay, so if you just move to a team with a similar problem, it's just you're gonna have the
You
same
don't
problem.
fix anything.
No,
Exactly.
exactly. And Harden's been traded 50 times in his career, and always seems to have a problem.
You think Harden's the problem?
No, not in the Clippers, but everybody. Kawhi is the problem. Their management's the problem. Them having the oldest team ever assembled is the problem. Them doing what they did to Chris Paul and Blake Griffin is the plot problem. Dude, the Clippers just make me mad. They just
Okay.
anger me. I don't even like Los Angeles. I'm not even from that side of the country. So I shouldn't even care. But dude, the Clippers just grind my gears, dude.
I saw some fun ones while we're talking about rumors. One fun one I thought would be interesting would be for John Morant to go to the Hawks and Trae Young to go to the Grizzlies. What do you think?
I think it would be fun. Fun
Think so?
little point guard swap. Yeah, both disgruntled point guards can't figure it out. Could use a change of scenery. It could be nice for him.
Do you think Trae would have similar issues on the Grizzlies that he's having in Atlanta?
I think like definitely. I don't know about. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably.
The other one I saw was for, which kind of segues into our next topic, but would be for Trae to swap over to the Hornets for LaMelo Ball.
My idea is Trae needs to be a second option to win. Like to really win and go far, he's not a first option guy. He's not going to lead you to the championship and win you a championship if he's your best
role
player. No, not a role player.
Not a role player.
A second option.
Got you.
So you know how there was Jordan and Pippen?
He'd be the Pippen.
Yeah, when Jordan retired, Pippen got him through the playoffs, maybe won a round or two, but he ain't take him to the championship and win it by himself with role players and other, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
They have the number one and the number two.
So what you're saying is he needs somebody with the strength of like
that's what I really liked about that the trade to the Bucks. But even like a player that's not like that much better than him. You see what I'm saying? I just we're the point where he'd be the number two option.
Somebody you can play off of, I think is the biggest thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Segueing into the Hornets and OKC.
This is just a quick one I wanted to talk about.
This one's fun.
They snatched their chain.
You want me to go over the stats and you tell us what you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so overall we're looking at it. Hornets take down OKC 124-97. That's a 27-point lead. Brandon Miller ended the night with 28 points. Concanupal, 23 points. And then Shea, which I thought this was an interesting stat, even though he's on the losing team, still earned 21 points and was his 108th straight 20-plus point game. But, I mean, if you look at Shea's stats, I think it was either 7 and 20 something or 9 and 20 something. He shot terrible, which I think was a big factor in this crazy loss. It's also the first time in a long time, from what I was reading, that OKC didn't make it to 100 points, which is
I know this was very concerning. I think it could just be one fluke game. Everybody shot bad. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people did just shoot bad, and normally they hit the shots. But it could be like, hey, we didn't show up tonight. I don't know. I think it just could be a chink in armor. People were saying they were better than the 2018 Warriors and some crazy. They were gonna beat the all-time win record for a team. You see what I'm saying? And I was on the bandwagon whenever they were 20-some two, but they've had a few concerning losses, and this is the worst one. This was the worst loss of the whole season. So
I'm gonna see something real quick.
Yeah.
For Shea, just wanna. So, I mean, do you think this hurts his MVP standings?
Not one game. Definitely not one game.
Okay, that's what I was trying to see if it played a factor. I mean, it still says he's still like projected to be front runner of the for
Yeah,
MVP. I was wondering shooting
yeah,
that
not
bad.
one.
So it'd take several more. He'd have to go on a
Yeah,
streak
or at
of
least
this.
like if you'd have had like 6 points,
Okay,
something. You know what
that
I'm
makes
saying?
sense.
Played really abysmal.
Okay, Isaac, I want to say thank you, even though
Dude,
you were
thank you, everybody in the
insanely
chat.
late.
Dude, we had a good time.
We had a good time. This was fun. I think it was a busy week all around, and we will be back here Sunday for more. I think more to be expected. Potentially, we'll have a theme song done. Potentially, Wolfman shows up on time. I think there's good things that could come. What are you thinking?
Yeah, bros and pros.
You got any last minute things you want to throw out there before we get off here?
Praise God. Thank you to everybody in chat. Thank you to you for having me. I'm happy we could do it without some technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? I want to start pushing more content out, get some more sports talk on the channel. You know, I got some new ideas and all that. So I'm just happy for everybody and praise God. Love you guys.
Love you guys. See you guys next time. As Isaac said, and as Pops always says, all praise to God. We will see you guys.